All rise. You in the banana bucket hat. All rise. Thank you. If, ladies and gentlemen, you may now take your seats, and we'll get this proceeding started. Joe, I'm gonna have you continuously sit down and stand up, just to make
It's not that hard.
make
I
it
figured out how to
that
do it quick.
much more painful for you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is court case 2303. Today on October 10th, 2020. The time is 4:38 a.m. Let's start out today with the defendant making their opening statement. Defendant, you may now rise and make the proceedings to the front of the court.
First of all, Your Honor, it's a pleasure to finally meet you and hear a lot about your amazing work to the community of the city of Whitman. I want to personally thank you for all the work and prosecution that you have done to this city. The day October 9th of 2020, around 4 p.m. in the city of Whitman on Joshua Road, Officer Steve, as shown in here to the right of me, pull me over. He said about something going across the line. I gave my information. He said everything was clear. He wasn't giving me a ticket. And I asked him, am I free to go? Or am I being detained? He said, you're not being detained. So at that time, I rolled my windows up and leave the scene, as I'm not being detained or arrested. And he gave my ID back, Your Honor. So after that, he tried to chase me, hit me really hard against his windshield on his police cruiser, and arrest me for evading a police pursuit and arrest. So, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, sir. So I have a few questions for you, if you don't mind just answering them.
Yes,
to the best
Your Honor.
of your capability. Actually, let's have a bailiff come to the front of the courthouse and give you your oath of I'm telling the truth, don't prosecute me. Do you swear to tell the truth and only the truth in today's courtroom, so help me God?
I swear to say the truth and the only truth on today on the court. So help me God.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And now to your seat.
Thank
That's
you.
fucking awkward as shit. Okay. All right. So I have a couple questions for you, sir. If you don't mind, just informing me of your name, first off.
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Charles Maggio II.
Charles. Okay. Thank you. So, sir, Charles, Mr. Charles, if you if you would like to tell me what you are attempting to do here and what your objective is. Are you suing this man? Are you what's happening?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to sue this officer, community officer, for damaging myself, my emotions overall. And, well, I struggle from PTSD, as I can give you my medical records. And this officer bring all my memories back from Vietnam. So I really feel offended the way that he handled this situation, Your Honor.
Okay, sir. So when you did roll your window up and or before you rolled your window up,
Yes, Your Honor.
you did ask him if you were free to go.
No, sir. I said, what the hell? All right. No, Your Honor. I said, am I being detained? He said no. He gave my information and he walked back to his cruiser. So at that time, I rolled my window up and I left the scene.
Okay.
So
So
you can understand my understanding from there, Your Honor.
Yes, sir, I can.
Before
I
we
do have a
may
question.
move to questions, can we hear both statements first?
Yes, I need to make my case.
So I
Well,
would just like to ask
Joe,
my
you
question.
are continuously like there's so much static for you, for me, in your whatever
It
you're
sounds
saying.
like you're sitting inside of an
Yeah.
air vent.
I'm sorry, I had my phone over my AirPad for my cooling pad. Is that better?
Oh God, yeah, definitely.
Okay, sorry about that one.
So before we do go to the defendant's or the the defendant's side of the courtroom,
Yes, Your Honor.
I would like to just ask my uh, victim prosecutor over to my right here just a couple questions. When you asked him, "Am I being detained and am I free to go?" Was this before or after he read you rights?
Actually, he never read my rights, Your Honor.
So he arrested you.
That is a
without reading
false.
your
No,
rights?
no,
That
Your
is
Honor.
false. The other
please,
officer.
That is
sir,
a
Your Honor,
clear
may I talk?
false.
Okay. Order in the court, please. Defendant, you may please finish your statement, and then we'll move over.
Thank you, Your Honor. After he gave my ID back at where he pulled me over on Joshua Road after the railroad track, as I guess they have a video camera or something. I do not know what evidence they have in here. I rolled my window up after I asked him if I'm being detained. He said no. I rolled my window up and I left. After that, a police officer, Steve, followed me to the nearest gas station in Sandy Shores. In the city of Weirton. And he put me on gunpoint to put my hands up, Your Honor.
That's enough, sir. Thank you. All right, Officer Steve, if you may now rise, and the bailiff, if you'd like to move over there with the Bible.
Okay, so let me explain this.
Shut up. Sir, in today's court case, 6,223, do you swear to tell the truth and only the truth, so help you God?
I swear to only tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Okay, sir. You may now calmly and peacefully state a claim.
Okay, so on leading up to East Joshua Road, right after the trail tracks, I initiated a traffic stop after his vehicle had gone over the double yellow line multiple times. I called for an additional unit who was sitting to my left, and when I approached the vehicle, the windows were down. After that, I asked for his ID. I went back to my car. I ran his ID. His license was invalid. Then I came to his car. I gave him his information back, and that's when he started his whole thing of, am I being detained? I said, no, sir. You are not being detained, but you are not free to leave at this time due to having an invalid
Objections,
license.
Your Honor.
Okay, well, please, Charles, or sir, Mr. Charles, please, give me 1 second. Steve, Officer Steve, just a quick question. You are a community officer. This means that you should not be on scene without another officer. I do see another officer to your left there. Sir, if you may please stand and advise me of your position in this case.
Mr. Judge, may I please finish one thing, though?
That's your honor to you.
Yes, Your Honor. I just have one more thing to say before my fellow officer takes over. I did not approach or make any contact with him besides one thing. I said, please move your car more to the right. That is the only thing I have said or done to him until my other officer here on my left arrived.
Okay, sir. So, there's a couple missing parts here, and I just want to clear everything up so we can have a straight line here. You just said to me that you did not make any contact with Mr. Charles here, but you did previously before state that you told him that he was not free to go, But you also did tell him that he was not detained, yet he was not free to go, therefore detained. So I do believe that that could cause a little bit of confusion.
Objection, Your Honor. I would like to re-explain the story from square
Objection,
one.
Your Honor. He's
No.
re-answering
Order,
and modifying
order.
his version of the story, sir, after you heard the truth.
I'm going to start the whole story from the very beginning because I can see you are confused. Okay.
Your Honor, objection. He's trying to remake the story after you heard it, after he fucked up, Your Honor. And I apologize for the word.
Sir, please
Okay.
don't speak. I do have all the information I need written down here.
Okay. So, Your Honor, I initiated a traffic stop on Mr. Charles' vehicle after he went over the yellow line multiple times. Right after the trail tracks, I pulled him over, and he was a little bit on the road. The only contact that I had made before my additional officer arrived was telling him over my megaphone to move more off the roads. That way his car would not be struck by other vehicles. After that, I waited until my additional officer came. When we did do that, I approached the vehicle. His windows were already down. I asked for his license, registration, and proof of insurance. He then gave me all of it. I ran his license, and his license wasn't valid. At that time, I went back to his car. I gave him all of his information, and I said, I will be right back. I have to talk with my other officer, and that's when he said, am I detained? I said, no, you are not detained. The definition of detained is when you are not under arrest, but you are in handcuffs, and you are being held by police officers, okay? There's a difference between detained and arrested, because arrested means you're going to jail. Detained means you are just currently in cuffs, but not determined yet if you are going to jail or you are going to be free.
Objections, Your Honor. That couldn't be the exact answer because if you're being detained on a vehicle as well, it could be considered, even if you're in cuffs or not, Your Honor.
So, yes, I was just about to bring that up. Thank you, Mr. Charles. Yes, sir. Officer Steve, that was incorrect what you just presented to me. The definition of detained, which I can gladly pull up a dictionary or a Google search to further back my claim, is that you are holding someone as a police officer in your custody. They are not free to go. They are under your control and under your command, but they are not restrained to handcuffs. Most of the time, they're not restrained to handcuffs, nor are they arrested. Therefore, if you would like to arrest them or have reason to arrest them, you will then present them with their rights.
So Your Honor, the definition of detained is to keep someone in official custody, typically for questioning about a crime or in a political sensitive situation. Okay? He was not detained because he was not in cuffs, but he was not free to leave the scene due to having an invalid expired license.
Okay, sir. All right, thank you. Let's move on from this. Mr. Charles, if I may ask you one more question.
Yes, Your Honor.
How much are you suing Mr. Charles, and are you suing the county or this one man?
I would like to sue the county for $1.2 million for emotional damages, and I would like to request something, Your Honor.
Okay, $1.2 million for emotional damage, and what is that request?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to the officer, or the community officer, Steve, to call me Mr. Mejo. I'm sorry. I'm not his friend, so I don't feel comfortable he calling me Charles.
Okay, sir. Mr. Mejo, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Mejo, thank you. All right.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Earlier, Mr. Mejo said that we did not read him his rights. I did not read him his rights, but officer here, call sign 112, did read him his rights.
Your objection, Your Honor. At the time that he, Your Honor, you asked me if he read me my rights. It was at the time that I asked if I was being detained. He did read me my rights. The officer in green, after they hit me on the police windshield, and they arrested me on gunpoint at the gas station.
Objection, there was no violence involved.
Okay.
In
Okay.
the arrest,
No.
first of all,
please,
and second of all, as
order. Sir, please, if you may stand and present yourself to the courtroom with your name and your badge number.
He is standing.
I never said he needs to stand. I just said present yourself. Say your name and.
My name is Superintendent Colonel Killian Sullivan, 112 of the
Okay.
West Virginia State Police. I was the backing up officer in that traffic stop.
Okay, sir. Thank you. What would you like to say?
Well, first of all, as this, I have to ask something to the not the defendant, the prosecutor here. Sir, would you mind telling me your age?
No, I do not feel comfortable telling you my age until the owner asks me for it. Thank you.
Because clearly this victim here claimed to have emotional damage or PTSD from the Vietnam War. However, if he had participated in the Vietnam War, that would make him
Objection,
around
Your
90 years
Honor.
old.
Objection, Your Honor. I never say the Vietnam War. I say specifically Vietnam, the country itself. Thank you.
Mhm.
So, sir, let me professionally, please let me clarify. You had PTSD from either visiting the country of Vietnam or living in Vietnam.
From visiting Vietnam, I was being
From
kidnapped.
visiting Vietnam, and may I ask how long you were in Vietnam?
4 months, Your Honor. I was
4
kidnapped
months.
from a gang.
You were
in there.
kidnapped. You were kidnapped.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Has this been resolved and dealt with from local authorities?
International authorities, the police, Vietnam. I have the paperwork, Your Honor.
Okay. I don't need to see that paperwork as of now, but that is absolutely something that needs to be taken seriously. That absolutely can cause forms of emotional damage and disability, such as PTSD. So, personally, I would like to apologize, and best wishes go out to you.
Let's just resume
as you sat down in your chair, you said something. I did not catch it. I would like you to restate it.
I am sorry, Your Honor. I have completely forgotten it.
That
Your-
is.
That 5-minute pause was definitely not good on me.
Your Honor, if I may talk.
Yes, sir.
Why is there a guy that looks like he works on the garbage behind us drinking
His
beer?
name is Bill. Just ignore him.
He is actually my best friend, Jilly Babu Wow. He is a court witness, and I feel personally offended because you said he works for the garbage. He's actually a very hardworking DOT worker, and I feel like you should get a 10-year sentence for that.
Okay.
because this is 2020,
Order.
and you are
Order. Please, everyone, please take your seats. Everyone, please take your seats. Court is now back in session.
Hey, can we take another 1-minute break? I gotta piss.
Go
No.
take your mic into the bathroom. Take a piss. Go. Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
No,
I'm
don't,
not gonna mute
just
No,
don't
mute-
take a piss. He's
Server
not
meet him.
allowed to
Server meet him.
piss.
Server. Following the statements, I just wanted to clear up both sides of the story.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Maho, if you may, you do, no need to stand. You may remain sitting, but I would like to just quickly clean up what you said and make sure that I have everything written down correctly.
Wait,
Just
can you guys hear
respond
me?
with yes, no, and if I ask you to extend on that statement, please extend.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that understood? Thank
Yes,
you.
Your Honor.
So, Mr. Maho, you were pulled over. If may I ask what reason you were pulled over?
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor. I was being pulled over for apparently driving a little bit over the lane, the yellow lane on the road on Joshua.
Okay, sir.
Nope, not Joshua.
Or Panorama, I apologize.
Okay,
One
so you
above.
parked over the line. Okay. As the officer approached you, where it was just Officer Steve solo approaching you, or was there a second officer before he approached your vehicle?
No, sir. At the time of at the time that he arrived, he stepped out of his vehicle. Then the officer arrived around 20 seconds after, but he didn't approach my vehicle.
Okay. And
Your Honor.
Please, sir, please.
I just would like to say it is policy that after we do pull someone over, we stay out of our car in case they come out with a deadly weapon. We are able to defend ourselves.
Yes, sir, I understand. That is not where I'm going. And I simply just... What the fuck? I simply just want to clarify what's happening. Please do not interrupt. This is not the time for you to speak forward, and then I will clarify your story. And the same thing goes, I will ask you to extend on a statement if I feel so is necessary. So, Mr. Maho, back to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
After approaching you, it was the ignoring the broadcasted transmission of please pull over more to the right, because that is not irrelevant to this situation as it stands. The officer who approached you first was Superintendent Sullivan. Is that correct?
No, sir. Not Your Honor. It was Community Officer Steven, or Steve.
Okay, sir.
It's Steve. I don't go by Steven.
All right. Well, once again, sir, it doesn't exactly matter. It's
Well, he didn't want me to call him Charles.
okay, sir. I'm gonna ask that your full name is Steven.
No, it's not. It's literally.
It is
Steven.
written down on this piece of paper that is presented before me here.
This is bullshit.
Steven.
So the prosecutor didn't even get the officer's full name. Right.
There is no difference between Steven and Steve in terms of addressing someone.
There is.
Therefore irrelevant.
There's an N.
Therefore irrelevant. Let's progress forward.
It's okay.
Can I propose that that thing out in front of the doors gets removed from the court building?
You're an admin, aren't you?
Yeah, I might do that. Do something about that in a bit. When
Okay.
if he comes back.
So, Mr. Maho, just finishing up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Community Officer Steve approached your vehicle. He went through the proper format of a traffic stop, along with Superintendent Sullivan.
No, Your Honor. He didn't say his name.
Okay, sir. So,
Objection, he stated his name.
okay. Was this Superintendent Sullivan? Was this the first time approaching? Was this Community Officer Steve's first time approaching the vehicle, or was this sometime previous?
This was when he approached with me into the vehicle for the first time.
Okay.
If I may, Your Honor, say something.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how this Mr. Sullivan could hear the conversation between Officer Steve or Steven and my conversation if he was around 40-50 feet on his cruiser, a Ford Explorer.
Objection, I was right on the side of the vehicle during the whole conversation, from the introduction of the officer, of the community officer, to the end, and the prosecutor or victim driving off.
Okay. Thank you. I think that is all.
Your Honor, we have someone with a gun inside.
Sullivan.
Sir, could I please ask you to leave? I don't think you're part of this jurisdictional process.
There's court is currently in session. Please remove yourself from the courtroom. Officer Sullivan, or excuse me, Superintendent Sullivan, please take your seat again. Thank you. Okay. Moving on to the right side of the courtroom. Committee Officer Steve, please rise. Community Officer Steve, just going to clarify up the story and what happened. Superintendent Sullivan, if I feel that you are relevant to the question, I will ask you to stand, make your statement, and sit back down. Please do not interrupt or anything of that nature unless called upon. Mr. Maho, you as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
Community Officer Steve.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, the date of October 10th?
9th.
Okay, so this was the day before. Okay. October 9th, 2020. You pulled over Mr. Charles Maho on the side of Joshua.
Incorrect. I pulled him over after the after the train tracks on Panorama.
Panorama. Okay, thank you. Just had I had two different streets here, and I just want to make sure I had everything correct here.
Once he was fully stopped, he was at the corner of Panorama and Joshua.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to keep those written down then. Thank you. You approached him via the loudspeaker, and then as you first approached his vehicle for the first time in person, did you have Superintendent Sullivan alongside?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Superintendent Sullivan, is this true?
Yes, this is correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Maho, is this true?
No, Your Honor. Alongside,
Maho.
right beside that one, that's not the truth, Your Honor.
Mr. Maho, was he beside the vehicle on either side? Superintendent Sullivan. Was Superintendent Sullivan beside the vehicle on either side?
No, he was behind on the trunk, Your Honor.
Stand by for a minute. Sorry about that. Just,
We're
quick
back.
interruption. Okay. So, Superintendent Sullivan, where were you when Community Officer Steve approached the vehicle?
I was right beside the vehicle, approximately the height of the driver's side rear tire, maybe a little bit further towards the driver's side door.
So, Mr. Maho, is it possible that you did not see Superintendent Sullivan?
No, Your Honor. As I said, he was around on the trunk, like I said before, but he wasn't alongside like the Officer Steve said, like right to his left or right. I don't know
Okay,
what
sir.
direction.
So that could be between some distance of he was alongside, assisting the officer alongside him. This does not mean directly beside him.
Yes, I just want to mark that the Officer Steven or Community Officer Steven talked to me on my right side window. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, sir. That is all for that
Your-
statement.
Your Honor, if I may,
Superintendent Sullivan, please hold that comment. Community Officer Steve,
Yes, Your Honor.
after approaching the vehicle alongside Superintendent Sullivan,
Mm-hmm.
you then asked for his license, registration, and proof of insurance for the vehicle.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And then afterwards, returned back to the vehicle, your personal squad car.
And Officer Sullivan followed me the entire way back to my vehicle and was
Okay.
standing outside my left driver door.
Sir, thank you. Officer Stephen was alongside you, next to you, as you were running the license plate and the name of Mr. Charles Maho.
Mm-hmm. That is correct, Your Honor.
After running the plate and the name, his license showed up as expired.
Correct.
What year and what date did his license expire?
I do not know off the top of my head, as that was yesterday, and I go through many calls every single day with many traffic stops, so I do not remember.
So, Officer Steve and I actually do have the papers here in front of me that state that his license expired July 23rd of 2020. July 23rd of 2020. A full 3 months ago. Mr. Charles Maho, did you not have any time?
No,
And
Your
were
Honor.
you out of, were you out of the country in Vietnam for the 4 month period?
Yeah.
Was that the time?
Yes, Your Honor. I just came back from the country of Vietnam a week ago.
Okay, sir. And were you aware, truthfully, were you aware that your license was expired and that there was no chance they would have any idea?
No, I did not, Your Honor. After too much stress after being kidnapped, checking my license if it was expired or not, it wasn't on my top of my head, if you understand me, Your Honor.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I do believe that I have a verdict in this court case. Court case 2323. Officer Steve, if you may, please take a seat.
Yes, Your Honor.
In the case of Mr. Charles Maho against the county, it's Hancock County, the courtroom finds that Mr. Charles Maho is guilty on the charges of driving without a license. There will be no penalties or fines from the jurisdiction of Hancock County. In this case, Hancock County is ruled against Mr. Charles Maho. Gentlemen, you may now rise from your seats. Court session is dismissed.
Thank you.